And welcome back, Yo Bro Nation, to the Yo Bro Nation podcast, episode number 10. We are live for the podcast for the first time ever. And today is a day of celebration. Today, I get to celebrate finally, after I don't know how many years and how many starts and stops, I am finally able to say I have over 100 subscribers. I'm not alone today. Woo, it's Jake in the house. Ooh, thank you, Susie.
Hi,
Jake. We are live. Wow. New layout, because last time we did this, it was just a black screen and our faces, so I decided to make a layout for it today. But in addition to talking about, celebrating the fact that I finally have 100 subscribers, we're also talking the Marvel Cinematic Universe today. Because why the fuck not? That's how I feel. Jake, how you doing?
It's better than DC. Just saying, throwing heat.
Ooh, he's got go away heat now.
DC has Marvel beat on animated movies,
but not on their cinematic universe. So,
okay, fair enough.
Talking about Marvel
and give credit where credit is due.
So, actually, we'll try something a little different today since the podcast is live, and we'll see where this goes in a couple of weeks. I'll probably do this every other week, as long as I'm live. We're going to try something different. I have StreamLabs open. The StreamLabs link is down below. If you want to go and leave us a tip, you can. If you give us a tip and leave a question, I will read out the question and we will answer it. We're also going to take live questions in the chat, which I am monitoring the chat right now. As long as you guys are sending in questions, I will be answering them. So there is a little bit of a delay, so if I don't get to your questions right away, we will get to them by the end of the video. But obviously, anything
right away, tip us again and repeat the question.
Right. But we will see it. I'm going to go ahead and keep that minimized. So yeah, I will check the Streamlabs. Obviously, anything comes through Streamlabs is going to be priority because you're paying. And that's where we'll go. So, oh my goodness, I am ready to get into this. I am so fucking happy that finally, after 5 years this December, I finally got to 100 fucking subscribers. And most of these have been in just the last day or two. To everyone, whether you're watching this live today or you're watching this days from now, thank you all so freaking much. I don't know who else has a drink. I want to raise a glass to everyone, or a bottle. To all the new subscribers.
Not a sponsor, sorry.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
It's exciting. Like, I've been watching, and I knew I was doing this live today, either way. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, please hit the mark today. I would love to do this, just so I don't have to. Oh gosh, so my sister just messaged. Amber Vaughn, my advice to you guys is to have me in your video. I'll get you some subs. My sister, of course she would. Of course. But yeah, it is so... It actually feels like I actually was justified a little bit. Obviously, it's only 100 subscribers, and most people who have been on the platform as long as I have been are probably way more than that, but I've had a lot of start and stop pushes on here. But it's awesome. And that's thanks to Jake's help. That's thanks to Susie. That's thanks to even JD. I have to give JD credit for the time he was on here with me.
No, your sister. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, I have to thank JD, Seth for coming in now. Everyone who's been involved in the channel at some point or another, minus one individual who I will not name. I want to thank every one of them. This is a celebration. Celebration for me. I'm so thrilled right now to have this.
I kind of want to start breakdancing for you. Like, behind you be like your backup dancer and shit. Just...
Oh, my goodness. But I'm not going to... Huh?
I said that'd be worth a tip right there just to see him dance.
Right? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Seth. Do a little jig.
All right.
Do a little jig. Oh, there we go. Good job.
Well, that's been dancing back about 200 years. Anyway.
Susie, I agree with Amber. Yeah. All right, Amber. Well, you're invited at some point.
Really?
But I'm not gonna harp on this the whole time. I'm just really happy it happened. So let's start talking Marvel. Let's start where it's left off. Obviously,
Left off at Endgame.
yeah, and we're patiently waiting. I've been waiting for Black Widow for what? It's 6 months past due now.
Very way past due. It should have been out in October. No, May. Yeah.
May. We got a whole humongous freaking lineup for that coming. But
Even all the Disney Plus stuff that's coming out looks really, really good.
oh right, definitely.
They are introducing...
Amber says you get no tip.
I get no tip?
You get no tip. Oh, poor guy. You'll see some stills from different Marvel characters. Okay, so I'll start off. I think. Ooh, Susie would dance. I think the way they ended off with Endgame could have ended this whole thing perfectly. Like, honestly,
Like, if they didn't want to do anything after.
if they didn't want to do nothing after, I would have been completely. If they wanted to reboot it or whatever, I'd been okay with it personally.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if they went for a reboot, now you're going to have to compare actors up to, like, Chris Evans. I thought he was going to do terrible as Captain America, but when I saw the first Avenger, nailed it. I loved it, every bit of it. It is probably top 3 of my favorite Marvel movies was the first Avenger. I thought they did it great, man. And Hugo Weaving as the Red Skull.
Oh yeah,
Solid cast.
I will say the
Honestly,
Endgame.
the only Marvel movies that were lacking were all the Thor ones until Ragnarok.
love that movie.
Ragnarok was great, but like the
Made
first
water.
one and the Dark World was it was all right.
There was one thing missing from Endgame. And that's the reason why they couldn't end it on Endgame.
What's that? Deadpool? Yeah, I agree.
Maybe.
Here's my thing. They should have had an end scene after the whole thing had been done. Like they had defeated all the aliens and stuff like that at the end, and Deadpool come walking up and be like, "Oh, am I late?" Like just to have that little.
Well, they'd already purchased Fox by that point.
I mean, they were late to getting all that in there, so yeah, but maybe they can do like an extended version where there's like a scene where he comes back like they did at the end of Deadpool 2.
That'd be funny.
Where he's like time traveling and shit, like, oh hey, I just killed my own older shitty self. Like, what's up, Wolverine?
Oh yeah, that's something I'm curious. That I'll start talking about what's potentially going to happen. But who do you honestly think they're going to cast as the next Wolverine? Like, Hugh Jackman's shoes are big shoes to fill.
I've heard Hugh Jackman just reconsidered.
Really?
I just read something that he said that if they're going to tie it in and actually be in Marvel, he is going to reprise his role. Now, that's something I heard literally just 2 days ago, because I watch a lot of shit about that.
I would be interested to see that, honestly.
Yeah, same here. Like, the rumor was they were going to introduce him into the third Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland and all that, because they're jumping universes.
Right.
And they end up, and there's Hugh Jackman Wolverine. I hope it's like that. I mean, shit, they got Jamie Foxx coming back as Electro, supposedly.
No, that's weird, right?
Yeah, and like Green Goblin, they're bringing from the Amazing Spider-Man Green Goblin. There is no Green Goblin except for William Dafoe.
Oh, definitely. That's part of why I wanted to talk about it, because potential crossover. Jake looks like he has something to say.
I would say it's going to depend on if it's going to be a reboot of Wolverine's story and he's younger, or they're going from the old man story.
Logan. Well, that's what they did with the last Wolverine movie. That was supposed to be the old man Logan story.
But that's also its own pocket universe, separate from what was the rest of the Fox universe.
So the FCU,
the Fox
Cinematic
universe, yeah, it was actually separate from the rest. At least that's, I don't know. There's that John Campea, who I watch on YouTube, has a saying when it comes to Fox. They had a plaque over the entrance to the door that said continuity, schmontinuity. They just made movies, didn't matter if it connected right or not.
Is that true?
Basically.
I mean, I
have you watched their movies?
Fair enough. Actually, Days of Future Past, I liked. There was some loophole problems they had with the time continue, whatever.
Right, and that's what he's talking about. It's like,
but I mean, it was still a good movie. I saw the direction they were trying to do.
Yeah, they were rebooting it so they could do what they wanted.
Restart everything.
I think that's the best X-Men movie next to X1 and X2.
Yes, X3 sucked. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Oh my god. So
I will say that Deadpool 2 Juggernaut is 300 times better than the X3 Juggernaut.
Absolutely. Yes.
I got it.
So, who here watches, who here has even watched Film Theory? Just me?
I think I have.
Okay, Matt Pat on Film Theory. Fucking great. In the whole crux that I really thought, like, this was what I really wanted to do, was the fact that he was talking about what he thinks they're going to do with the next phase of Marvel. What's going to be the lead up to the next Avengers movie. And he thinks it's going to be a multi-universe crossover. Because he's talking about how they already started in the comic books, and they're going to probably bring it over to the movies. And I got to thinking about, ooh, you know, that maybe he could be. He was talking about them bringing over the Fox characters, bringing over the Sony characters, because they kind of already teased that with Sony, right?
Well, they've already bought them out, so obviously they can do it.
Well, no one got bought out. Sony still owns all the Spider-Man property. Any property or IP for Spider-Man, they own. Now, they gave a little hint in Venom with the Daily Bugle.
Yep.
Then they give you another hint in the Morbius trailer where you actually see Spider-Man
I
crossed
can't
out
wait
on the wall. Huh?
I can't wait for Morbius.
I know. When is that even supposed to come out?
It's not that I don't like Jared Leto as an actor.
Okay, here's
he
the
has
thing.
Things that he's really good in, and then he has things he's not good in at
Here's
all.
the thing. Jared Leto as Morbius is going to be 300
I
better
think that's great.
than Joker.
But okay, so even further than seeing Spider-Man on the wall, you get to the end of that trailer, and who the fuck who shows up at the end of that trailer?
Who?
Freaking
I've not
Vulture from the new Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah. Okay, I've not seen this trailer yet.
He shows up. Michael Keaton as Vulture.
Are they leading up to the Sinister Six?
Maybe they've not let the whole Sinister Six idea die.
That's what I heard, is that they're the reason they did that was they're trying to play up for the Sinister Six movie. So,
and then you get into the rumors of this third Spider-Man home movie is supposed to then have the crossover with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield as well. Like,
well, yeah, because from what I had heard with the third Spider-Man movie is that they were planning on basically doing a live action version of
Into the Spider-Verse. Right? Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, they're going to be basically they're wanting to do a live action version of that
with Miles Morales.
Well, see, like Doctor Strange is going to be now the mentor of Peter Parker now that Iron Man has died from Endgame. So this third Spider-Man movie is actually what is supposed to lead into the Multiverse of Madness. Like both WandaVision on the Disney Plus and the third Spider-Man movie are going to be multi-dimensional problem things that end with him having his own movie.
Because WandaVision is supposed to come out prior to the third Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
So the thought is that maybe Wanda is going to somehow break the universe and cause these places to be able to collapse within, which is also another thing that people think will bring in the Fantastic Four and potentially the X-Men.
Mutants. Yep.
But what group of Fantastic Four are we getting?
I think it's going to be a brand new group. I think they're going to completely recast them. Honestly, I think they're going to completely recast the X-Men. Although I would love
Jessica Alba. Bring back Jessica Alba.
You realize if they do that, then you're going to have Chris Evans playing two characters concurrently in the MCU.
Yeah, and you know what? They managed to pull that off in the live action of the DC stuff. They had who played Superman? Brendan
Routh.
Brendan Routh.
Oh, you talk. Yeah, with
he played
Crisis.
Yeah. He played.
Yeah,
both
but he
Superman
didn't have a
stuff.
scene together.
Yes, they did. They were
did?
in the same room, and they commented on it like, "Dude, you guys look exactly alike." And it was like a joke thing.
I mean, maybe they do go that way, but I think they recast them.
It probably won't go that way,
but I would love
wishful thinking.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they bring in Days of Future Past cast into the MCU. I don't care what they do as long as they keep Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Well, I was going to say they could literally have both casts of the X-Men because
they're different timelines.
Well, Deadpool made the comment, like, he broke the fourth wall, so he's like, is it Stewart or,
McAvoy? Is it Stewart or McAvoy?
Like, with Deadpool, you can literally, the sky's the limit for them to do stuff, because he breaks the fourth wall.
But do you think Deadpool fits into an MCU-like scenario, or do you think he should be like his own little separate thing within the MCU?
I think he fits as long as he is like placed in certain things as cameo, but when it comes to straight up him, he's allowed to be as raunchy and whatever he wants. So whatever small cameo he gets in anything else, it's going to be brief, so he doesn't have to be as vulgar.
But see, here's the thing with that too, and that goes to breaking the fourth wall again. With him knowing that he's in a comic book or in a movie and breaking the fourth wall, he could literally use that when he's cameoing, like, oh, we all know that I got to be PG here because, and play off of that, and I think it'd make it even better.
Right, like
possibly. I don't know, but I hear about it, and the more I read into things, because they already did it in the comics, they've already collapsed the universes all the way into one. Mm-hmm. I think the Earth that they are on this, I think is Earth like 1666.
Nope.
Oh no, it's 199999. That's what, because that's the year.
The main universe.
The main universe that you see for the MCU is Earth 199999.
Are you sure it's not Earth 606?
Yes, because no, it's 199999 because they said that's the year that Feige started working for Marvel. Plus a couple extra.
Okay,
nines.
so 606 is the main universe in the actual comics.
Yes, 606. But
and the Marvel Cinematic Universe is 1999.
But they all are flowing together, which that consists of this, the cartoons, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Netflix shows. They're a part of that continuity.
The Hulu shows because they have Hellstrom now.
Yeah, those are a part of it as well. So it's like it's a lot of different ones. And I think they could all...
That's a lot to tie in, but it's like, have you ever seen the Cloak and Dagger show on Hulu?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was amazing.
You know what was
really
better?
Good. What?
Runaways. I watched Runaways. I thought that was brilliant.
I really liked Runaways, but Cloak and Dagger took it to a whole new level. I don't know. I thought it was darker. I like the darker series stuff, not so much the...
But you also know, it also helps with them. What if they want to bring Tony Stark back in, but our Tony Stark is dead, but you get a Tony Stark from an alternate universe? It could still be the same person playing him, or even another Captain America. Like, they can bring back dead characters using that as a means. I think that's a pretty good thing they could do as well. Just,
Could be. I mean, it'd be... I've heard that they're going to be pulling off bringing Tony Stark back by having him as his own AI.
They could, but since they're doing what they're doing now, I think it actually works better for them to do it with the alternate universe versions. You just change them a little bit, but it's generally the same person. I don't know. What do you think, Jake?
Like a Kmart Tony Stark.
Oh, it'd be an Amazon Prime version of Tony.
I would say I don't think there's anybody that could actually play Tony Stark
other than Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, he nailed it. Like,
yeah.
It's weird. It's like all the actors I thought that would not do well as those people turned out to be the best versions of those characters. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, even Chris Hemsworth, the big three. Like, I did not think they were going to do as good, and they proved me wrong.
Right.
Which actually, Chris Hemsworth didn't prove me wrong until actual Avengers and Ragnarok. Because his character just seemed very stale.
Oh, yeah.
All throughout, first Thor, second Thor. So I was excited to see that he actually had a sense of humor in Ragnarok. But thank God Taika Waititi.
Oh, yeah. And he's doing the next Thor, too, Love and Thunder. I'm actually interested in seeing that. Quick reminder for anyone who may have just joined in or is popping in and out. We will take your live questions. If you do post them in the chat, I am monitoring the chat. And right now, my sister and my fiance are blowing this chat up.
I'm having so much shit talked about me.
Oh, they're just going back and forth about shaking booties and all sorts of stuff. Streamlabs, if you want to send a tip to Streamlabs, we'll read those questions first. It's not necessary, but it's an option if you want to get your question read first. Streamlabs.com. The link to that is down in the description. It's an option, but if you just want to leave a question, we will read your questions as we see them. So, since we're talking about this multiverse stuff and how everything's going to tie in, what is your guys' expectations of WandaVision? I think the previews look amazing.
I have high expectations. I think it's going to be good.
Oh,
I really do.
Definitely.
I hope it's. Let's put that.
Well, like in comparison to WandaVision, the Winter Soldier and the Falcon show that's coming out, or Falcon Winter Soldier, they're going to have Omega Red in the second or third episode.
That's what I heard.
And that's fucking awesome, dude, because that's going to introduce mutants, and then it's just Omega Red.
I mean,
that's Omega Red,
they've never acknowledged Wanda as a mutant.
They did recently.
Did they?
Yeah, just yesterday I was seeing that they actually, Feige released a press statement and stuff saying that it's all connected. She is a mutant.
It is now, but it wasn't.
Now, but like the whole thing with the Mind Stone when they were experimenting on her and Quicksilver, they were saying that like it wasn't those that gave them the powers; it unlocked that mutant gene. That's how they're flowing it into the whole thing.
Speaking of Quicksilver, did you hear about the Funko Pop of him for the show?
No, wait.
There's a Funko Pop of Quicksilver for WandaVision.
Is it which version?
I honestly, you know what? While you two talk, I'm going to look it up, actually.
Oh, speaking of the multiverse thing and everything, though, the thing I'm looking forward to, Spider-Man 2099.
Yes, in the second, the animated one.
No, talking about doing a live.
Wait, what? Is he getting his own live action?
They were, last I read, they were talking about doing a live action of the Spider-Man 2099.
That'd be interesting. I know they're doing 2099 Spider-Man in the sequel to the animated of the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
that's why he was at the end credit thing where they did the 1960s pointing at each other shit. Haha, you look like me. I swear, Jake, your video going on right now looks like an AHA video. It's awesome. Hey, what's your shirt, man? Take on me. Take me on. Oh, nice. Wookiees. Chewbacca.
So if it was there, it has now been removed. But yeah, I was watching the John Campea show, and they were talking about a Funko Pop for Quicksilver. So
that's almost like a spoiler for him going to be in.
Yeah, that's...
Well, I mean, if she can bring Vision back to life, then obviously she can bring her brother back to life in this little pocket universe. Because, like, I know the 80s version of Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau or LeBeau, she's going to be in it. And she's the daughter of the best friend of the original Captain Marvel. Or, well, not the original. Second. Or something like that. Well, either way, she's in it.
Hey, Jake. Susie says she loves your shirt.
And the witch Agatha is going to be in it. Like that one chick that's in the car, the Vision questions, like, what are you doing here? And she's like, you're dead. Ha ha ha.
It's gonna be an awesome show.
It really is.
While that popped up on the screen.
Ooh, Morbius.
Dinner's fantastic, sweetheart. Dinner's fantastic. I want to take a second, and I know I did this, or I'll be doing this on another video, but I've done recorded it. I want to take a second and kind of take a moment, just kind of, I'm trying to think of how to say this, just kind of remember, sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Give me a second here. What the hell am I trying to think of? Black Panther. Guy who played Black Panther. Why my brain has gone dead.
Oh, Chadwick Boseman?
Yes. Why could I not think of his name? I just kind of wanted to take a minute and just kind of remember him a little bit. You know, that he's passed away recently and stuff. I'll let Jake start.
Yeah, I mean, it was sad. I mean, we've lost not only a hell of an actor, but a great person.
I mean, even through all of the treatments and everything, like, no, I did not even know or tell in any bit that he was even had cancer. Like, he did good for himself.
It's rough. It's really rough.
And honestly, they should not try and recast him. Do not recast him.
I don't think they're...
Well, from what I heard...
I think they're going to make Shuri the new, like, she moves up
sister.
in the royal chain of whatever.
Maybe. What were you saying, Jake?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That from what I heard, they were going to follow, because in the comics, his sister at one point does become Black Panther. So I think they're going to follow
Cheery.
make her Panther. So,
well, more importantly, so like in this next one, the supposed bad guy for the second Black Panther movie is going to be Namor from Atlantis. Now that is going to be awesome to see. And I want to ask you a question, Jake and Zach. Who would you guys like to see play Namor?
Ooh, I don't know. But real quick, Chadwick Boseman, man, I know I talk about this a little bit more on my Avengers review in like a week or so. Man, that sucks. That sucks so bad. Like, I was really looking forward to the second Black Panther, and it just sucks. Like you said, not just a great actor, but a great human in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just really sucks. I'm not really going to go into whether they should recast him or not recast or find a way to give him a proper death in the movie. It's really... It kind of goes to like what they did with Leia when Carrie Fisher died. I keep having brain farts. When she died. What they should do. Honestly, I think Disney, Marvel's going to do what they think is obviously best for the character. I like how they handled Leia's death, or Carrie Fisher's death, really. I think they'll do whatever. So I'll just leave that to them. I'm going to move on from that. So you're noticing they're going to do a lot of Disney Plus shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What other show for Disney Plus are you excited in as far as what they're going to do with the future of the show?
I think, and this is actually going to be the last thing that I'll be able to talk about, because I'm going to get off here for a little bit, but I definitely think that the one that I'm looking most forward to is Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I think that they're going to use that series to flesh out which person that the fans actually want to see as the new Captain America, and we'll either get, for the following movie, we'll either get the Winter Soldier Captain America, which I'm voting for, or the Falcon Captain America, both of which had their own comic book storylines and story arcs. So I think they're going to use the TV show to kind of fish out, well, who do the fans really want to see as Captain America? So I think it'll be cool.
I also think they're going to fish out the next stage. Obviously in Phase 4, they're setting up the Thunderbolts, because they literally have all the major characters of the Thunderbolts set up as soon as the next Black Widow movie comes out. Taskmaster, part of the Thunderbolts. Thunderbolt Ross, part of the Thunderbolts. Ghost was in the second Ant-Man and the Wasp. She was part of it.
Deep cut right there.
What, the Thunderbolts? And they had Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo's a part of it too.
He's on the show too.
But like I said, I'm going to get off here, guys. If anybody comes up with any questions they want to ask me, I'll be happy to answer them on the next podcast we do together.
Okay. We will leave those questions for you, man.
It was good seeing you again, Jake.
All right. See you later.
See you.
All right. Hold on here a second, guys.
Let
me... I know.
Didn't expect
I'm
that.
going to be switching this live as you guys are watching me. See how this works out. And you guys are going to see this live. Hold on, guys. You're gonna see it. We're getting back in frame. I've never had to do this, but it's happening right now.
Sorry, I had to text someone that was mocking me.
Oh, you have someone watching and mocking you?
Amber.
That's funny. Alright, so... Alright, I'm readjusted. Alright, so I want to thank Wendy Mathis. What up, Seth?
Oh, hey, Wendy.
That's weird. That's weird, adjusting this live and in person. So, I like his answer. Okay, so he's gone. What is your answer? What show are you looking forward to most going forward?
I mean, I love Loki as a character, but I don't know exactly how they're going to set up Loki's TV show. But most definitely, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision. I've seen enough of it, like, from what they've shown us in trailers, that it looks really, really good. Totally excited about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier with Omega fucking Red.
Right.
And they're bringing back, what was it? Something the Leaper? Batroc the Leaper. He's going to be teamed up with Omega Red in one of the episodes, and he was in the second Captain America movie.
I won't lie, I have not heard a lot about the Loki show. I've heard a lot about Falcon and Winter Soldier, about Baron Zemo being in it. I think he's going to be like the main bad of that. I think that's so cool that they're bringing...
In the Loki TV show, one of the things...
She said, hey, with 3 Ys.
3 Ys?
Hey. That's okay. But I'm with him. I think I'm looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier more than that. But the show I'm looking forward to the most is She-Hulk.
Oh, I forgot about She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Wait, did they have anyone
literally
cast?
Nothing. They've cast, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but you can look up her name. But I am looking forward to that most. And I know nothing about the show. Other than I'm just excited to see She-Hulk. I also want to see Blade whenever they decide to do that.
Yeah, and they got... I mean, I love the actor that they got now playing Blade, but it's still hard to me, putting to rest the fact that they're not going to be bringing back Wesley Snipes.
Oh, I know. That's rough, but...
If anything, they should at least let him have a cameo.
Who do you think should be Wesker?
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes is Wesker. Why not? You can
He's that age now. He's that age now.
Yeah, he can become the Wesker of the series. Wesker don't have to be a white dude as long as they have that connection. Just give him like a little bit of a fro or something.
Either way, if not Wesley Snipes, Wesker has got to be played by someone that is at least Nick Nolte.
Oh my god, I'm trying to imagine Nick Nolte as Wesker.
Imagine his personality from Tropic Thunder.
Oh my god.
But not a fake.
That is... Tropic Thunder is a fantastic movie, by the way.
It is a fantastic movie.
A movie within a movie within an awards show.
Which already has one of the Avengers in it.
Right? Actually, my favorite part about that movie is the trailers at the beginning of the movie that they do.
That I thought were real trailers at first.
Oh my gosh. And it's like you even see RGJ even in that, like, putting everything into it. Like, I want to see, like, that movie where it's him and Tobey Maguire. I want to see that fucking movie, dude. That is, oh yeah, okay, so I'm getting off track here. I don't even know.
I really want to start quoting Tropic Thunder now.
We'll talk
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people? You're not black.
400 years. They brought us down with that word.
I know, it's so funny. I love the show, though. Alright, so we know what shows we're looking forward to most.
Right.
What movie? Right off that, Shang-Chi. I want to see Shang-Chi.
Oh, God. Oh, okay, so this is really tough for me because Shang-Chi, from what I've read about it and heard about it, it's going to involve mutants from the mutant universe. It's going to be like a Mortal Kombat style movie. And it's going to reference Iron Man because obviously Iron Man's big enemies with the Mandarin.
Right.
Next to that, since one of my top favorite Marvel movies ever is Doctor Strange. They fucking nailed the first one so good. The multiverse shit and all that. And now that they're going more onto that, and the bad guy is supposed to be Nightmare. And Wanda, Scarlet Witch or whatever, she's actually going to be the reason why all this is happening. So she's going to be involved in the movie.
I think that's it's going to be what you're kind of saying. I think you're going to be pretty much right.
And shit. Okay, here's another one.
And yes, I'm going to eat some pie.
I'm going to eat some pie too. Mm-hmm. It's cherry. It's my favorite. Mm-hmm. But see, I keep forgetting other things that are coming out too. Ant-Man 3 is going to have King the Conqueror, played by the dude that played in Lovecraft Country, main character.
Well, they got the Eternals coming. You're going to have Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That's going to start shooting.
The Asgardians of the Galaxy.
They're saying Thor's not even probably going to be in it.
No, he is.
Are you sure? Because I heard someone say he might not be. I'm sure he will be too, but...
See,
of course, then getting Thor, Love and Thunder, which I'm iffy on. I'm not sure. It's not because they want to make Jane the Thor character. It's because... Where was Natalie Portman for the last however many years? Now all of a sudden she's going to become into Thor.
I heard the tie-in. The tie-in is going to be that he encounters a being in outer space while he's hanging out with the Guardians of the Galaxy called Gore the God Butcher. He encounters him, gets his ass handed to him, thus now needs help. Something happens where basically Jane becomes worthy, and he helps her out become worthy, and they both team up to fight Gore the God Butcher. I mean, he is called the God Butcher. Which, that's where you get the Necro Sword or something?
Yeah, that's actually another thing that tied into the whole where's this universe leading that Matt Pat brought up. And you should watch the video. Honestly, I'll link you to it.
It's a good pie.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Susie, for the pie.
Thank you.
But they're talking about his theory is that Thor will be what starts the end of the Marvel universe as we know it. Is what's going to cause it all to become one thing. And basically rebooting it without actually rebooting it. It's still going to be years away. Because the Russo brothers were talking about how the next Avengers movie, when it does happen, and how do they know this? I don't know. Don't quote me on it. I'm just the messenger. But they're saying that it's going to be bigger and more chaotic and this and that than even the previous Endgame and stuff. Good night, Amber. Enjoy your bed. Good night, sister. Good night. A little sister, what have you done? Go to sleep. We're not gonna be on here too much longer, anyways. But
yeah.
Oh. Huh.
She made fun of my dancing. I got moves like Jagger.
I thought she was telling you Jaeger, but alright.
I didn't know. Jaeger is spelled...
Jaeger starts with a J.
It's only one G. One G, though.
It's a J. No, it's two.
No, it's not.
It's two.
It's Jagermeister with some weird accent symbols in there.
Maybe. You might be right. So, I don't know. The whole Thor thing sounds interesting. There was a nickname he's given in the comic book. I honestly I can't recall, but it's the whole crux of this whole conversation for me. It's the whole reason I wanted to even talk about this. Because you can kind of see them doing it with the whole multiverse thing, with Multiverse of Madness, with the whole WandaVision, and are they going to bring other Spider-Men into that movie for Spider-Man 3? Maybe. Do you bring in an X-Men team that's from another movie? Maybe. I still say recast the Fantastic Four, no matter what. You just bring yourself a whole new group for Fantastic Four. You can say they're from Earth 4. They're from Earth 4.
Well, the people that they have in talks to being the new Fantastic Four, at least Reed Richards and Susan Storm, looks good to me.
Who are they casting?
Okay, so the dude from The Office who did that silent, scary movie where they can't speak. What's his name?
Why am I having a brain?
His name is Jim in The Office.
My God, why am I... Oh,
I
wow.
can't remember it, but...
I feel so
It's like something
stupid.
Kavinsky or...
Jesus Christ. I can't believe I can't think of his name.
And his co-star from the same scary
it's his
movie.
Wife. It's his wife.
Yeah, she's going to be playing Susan Storm. Emily Blunt, right?
Yes, Emily Blunt.
Yeah. So, that is a good pairing right there, because that already has that same vibe that you need. Just wonder who they're going to get to play, Johnny Storm. Chris Evans? Chris Evans?
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski.
And his wife, Emily Blunt. That's two, yes. Okay.
They're in talks to becoming the new Sue Storm and Reed Richards. But anything past that, like the thing...
Thank you, Wendy. Wendy said it before we got to it. John Krasinski, yeah, because I'm having really bad brain farts.
Wendy is the biggest fan of The Office, I know. So
I've been drinking.
And have I. Thank you, Wendy.
Another reminder, before we get going any further, if you're not already a subscriber to this channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share this to your friends. I made it past my goal of 100, finally. Working to my next goal is 500.
I'm going to help him out in this moment by doing my best Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. Do it now! Subscribe now.
Thank you for getting our backs here. Also, if you would like to leave us a question, you can leave us a question in the chat. You can leave questions in the comments. Thank you, Wendy, for subbing. Shout out. Woohoo! Subscriber party! I don't know. That's
honestly, just that Wendy is participating just put a smile right on my face. Thank you, Wendy. Good to hear from you again.
But where was I going with this? I completely lost. I shouldn't be drinking while I'm doing this podcast. It's doing me no good.
All right, let's move on now. There's more movies to talk about. Now, the possibility of them bringing Wolverine into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's talks about maybe Wolverine versus the Hulk.
That'd be freaking awesome, dude.
Because obviously, Hulk is still in the universe, considering that, She-Hulk is now going to be a thing. Obviously, Mark Ruffalo has to be around to be like, oh God, blood donation to my cousin.
Right.
Give her my radiated gamma blood. Because that's smart. Honestly, give me radiated gamma blood, please.
Right. Just checking the Streamlabs, seeing if anything came through. I'll figure out how to pop that to where it shows up on here.
Like over in a corner or something?
This would be the area I'd be doing it right there.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll recast him. I kind of hope not.
Recast Mark Ruffalo?
Oh, Mark Ruffalo won't be recast.
Or you mean Wolverine?
Wolverine. I'm cool if they do.
I don't know who to pick for a recast of Wolverine. It's just... It's impossible for me to comprehend anyone else other than Hugh Jackman being Wolverine. Like, if you have to bring in Hugh Jackman's body on strings and dance him around like he's Wolverine, do it. That's better than a recast, in my opinion.
Well, here's a question, and this is kind of like kind of makes your brain work. So, when you first saw they were doing an actual Avengers movie,
yes,
with all these people, it's a crossover of all these movies.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
What was your thoughts then, and did you think you'd see this universe where it is now? Seeing that, or do you think it would be like a few movies and that'd be about it? Or did you even think it'd be this big grand cinematic universe?
I saw the big grand cinematic universe as soon as it came out, because when it came out I had my judgments on it. I did not think it was going to be good. I thought it was going to be cheesy. One, because like the director is a great director and I love all of his work, but he has a very easy way of making things very corny and lighthearted. Joss Whedon. So I didn't know where it was going to go.
Buffy for life.
I love Buffy and I love Firefly better than Buffy, to tell you the truth. But I mean, I had no idea where it was going to go. I thought it was either going to be great or not good at all. It turned out to be great. I loved it. Had great chemistry between all the characters. And then everything after that just kind of fell in line. And that's when they started doing the movies intertwined with the Avengers.
Right.
Because everything was separated at first.
Right.
The only thing that connected them was just one random Samuel Jackson on an end credit scene saying, I'm going to recruit you for the Avengers.
I was like, oh. Like, okay, so I remember seeing Iron Man.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't see Iron Man until after the first Avengers movie. I saw Captain America, the first Avenger. I saw that. But then I saw Iron Man after. So when I was totally against the Avengers movie. A couple of my friends, Tyler and one of his friends, were like, hey, we're going to go see this movie. And I was like, fuck that. I don't want to go see that. Like, I had absolutely no even iota of want in that situation.
Right.
So they dragged me in there basically kicking and screaming. And then I walked out. Like, oh.
It's like they did it right.
I immediately plopped down money for another ticket and went right back in there. I wasted no time. However, I did not see it turning into what we got now. I never thought we'd have some endgame scenario. Even after seeing Thanos at the end of that movie.
Actually, where they got the end game from was the second Avengers with Age of Ultron. Because when he had his premonition from Scarlet Witch, he said, he was arguing with Captain America. He's like, that up there, that's the end game. They actually took that and made that the premise. As soon as he said that, they're like, end game. That's a good line.
Right, yes, they said that'd be a spoiler. All this talk about where it's going, where it's been. I honestly can look at Infinity War and Endgame, and I think it was beautiful. It was a great 2-part story. Mm-hmm. I still think Infinity War was better. The actual better story overall, where the Endgame was spectacle, and it was just magic, right? It was like, oh, wow. But I don't know, something about it though still was just like that whole last hour of that fight against Thanos and his army of alien beings and shit was so awesome, and all just to keep that gauntlet away from him, which created yet another alternate timeline, because none of that was ever supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. Because now that Thanos is dead, so that created an alternate timeline. But then Cap had to go back and put everything back, so everything happened how it was supposed to happen, so you could still end up at this point.
But that in turn also branches off another reality of something that did not happen that way.
I know, it's like,
see, like it's a conundrum, man. It is a never-ending source of alternate timelines. And it's like, well, no wonder it's called Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 2.
That's why I say you could get multiple versions of these characters, but that's what the Ancient One said, right? Not the Ancient One, I'm thinking of another. I'm telling y'all.
No, the Ancient One.
It is the Ancient One?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was right?
Yes.
Sweet. I wasn't wrong for once. Woo! But she told Banner, hey,
when you take this out of this timeline, it branches off in another timeline.
Yeah, and they did that for all 5 stones, so it therefore changed the time for all 5 stones. That means there's a timeline where Tony doesn't have his daughter, which sucks. Speaking of that, I do think it sucks that they cut out that deleted scene where he saw his daughter all grown up.
Right.
In the place after he snapped. I think that would have been really nice.
Okay, by the way, so leading up in this direction, since they're already introducing Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man and the Wasp, or Ant-Man 3, however they're going to title it, but Ant-Man's daughter, Cassie Lang, eventually becomes Stature, or the new Giant Man. Hawkeye's training his daughter to become the new Hawkeye. Yeah. There is the kid from the third Iron Man movie that learns how to, and Iron Man hooks him up with his own shop and everything. Like, they're building up for the Young Avengers.
I do think it's going to be one of many things that they're going to end up doing.
Well, see, they're doing all this stuff because I think it's literally... they did 3 phases, right? Or was it 4?
This is phase 4 that we're going into.
So, by the time we get to phase 6, we're going to have Secret Wars.
I think they're already building the Secret Wars.
Well, yeah,
at least they have been on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay,
But
if
that's
you haven't already,
that's going to be their end game.
Spoilers. Well, yeah, it probably will be. Well, they already have an alternate timeline.
I like that.
Yeah, that is pretty neat. But they already have an alternate timeline within Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they went back to right before the events of Endgame and changed that timeline, so they're in an alternate timeline from the timeline that we're in.
What the fuck?
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
I didn't get to watch anything after season 4 with Ghost Rider.
That I haven't seen season 4, sadly.
You skipped ahead.
No, I just missed it.
Yeah,
and I just decided just to keep going.
Well, I didn't. I don't know how to put it. I've watched bits and pieces of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and also Agent Carter. And that was
I liked that show. I wish it would have lasted longer.
True, and one of my favorite.
Speaking of Agent Carter,
one of my favorite comedic actors was like the Q for Agent Carter in the show.
Yeah.
His name was Matt Bronger. Very funny. See, good poster right there.
I know, right?
See, like, they're building up the Thunderbolts, they're building up the Young Avengers, like, they're gonna have Kang the Conqueror, and they got a great actor playing Kang the Conqueror, someone that's very intimidating.
You really like Kang the Conqueror, don't you?
He's a great character.
Okay, what other villain would you like for them to introduce?
Like,
who would be your next Thanos?
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom?
Fuck yeah, dude. Dr. Doom is the shit.
You think he on the level of Thanos?
He stole the powers of the Beyonder in Secret Wars and had unlimited power. He was smart enough to wield sorcery and real powers at the same time. Like,
I forgot who I was watching, but they think that the next big villain will be the next Avengers would actually be Secret Wars, is what they're thinking, and they think that
which Beyonder and
that
Dr.
Norman
Doom
Osborn will be the next big bad.
So Norman Osborn is going to take the place of Dr. Doom instead, steal the powers of Beyonder?
No, they just think that he'll be the one who starts the Secret Wars. He'll be like the mastermind behind it. Obviously, they can change it.
So
up.
It's not going to be an intergalactic Secret War. It's just going to be like
I think Galactus should be the next big bad.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so if they're going to do anything with Guardians of the Galaxy, the direction Guardians in the outer space...
It should be an internal.
Annihilation. The Annihilation Wave. That was one of the best series in Marvel Comics ever, ever, ever. Because, okay, Human Torch from Fantastic Four, he gets a call from outer space and they're like, everything's being demolished and eaten by these weird intergalactic insect aliens. And they bitch-smacked Galactus and chained him up and used him as a battery. He became their bitch.
Yeah.
And Galactus is supposed to be the biggest bad out there, right?
Yeah.
And he gets pimp-slapped and stuff. And so, skipping all head forward, like, everyone's almost dying, being murdered. Peter Quill, Star-Lord, almost dies in the help to fight this. The only person that defeats Annihilus, this big, gigantic praying mantis from an intergalactic world with a cosmic rod. He has impenetrable skin. He sticks his arm down his throat, rips out his guts in the comic. He's like, I can't pierce you through your skin, but I can reach down your throat. Haha. It was brutal, man. It was...
Oh my.
It was definitely a way to end a series.
That sounds rough. I mean, that's... Honestly, that just sounds rough.
I mean, he did fuck up a lot of shit. Actually, that's how Thanos died the first time in the comics. Because Thanos helped Annihilus at first capture Galactus. And then he has a change of heart, saying he's like, oh god, this guy's going to be more powerful than me and murder me. So I need to help these people. So him...
Yeah, I don't want that, dude.
Well, he's about to free Galactus. And then... what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy? The stabby knife guy.
Oh,
Drax.
Drax the Destroyer.
In the comic books, he was actually initially created to murder Thanos.
Move, you will not be able to see me.
Or if I move really slowly, eating those chips. But he does murder Thanos. He shoved his fist right through his chest.
Finally, huh?
In the comic books, Drax was always stronger than Thanos. They totally fucked that up in the movies.
Well, because you didn't want, Drax, who is, let's be honest, in these movies, a B player, to beat your alpha. Okay, obviously they overpowered Thanos compared to what he was in the comics.
No, they actually did him right. They just underpowered everyone else.
Therefore, he is overpowered.
Well, I mean, semantics,
but I'm right. And first off, if anyone's going to get credit for how much this boy knows about comics, etc., that'd be his brother Joe.
True.
Joe was such a big nerd.
Well, he was the start of it.
Yeah, he got you into it. I can remember us playing.
Then I had internet.
Yes, the internet happened. I know most of you kids don't remember the dark ages before the internet.
When you actually had to read paper and turn pages. Oh, God.
The horror! The horror! Oh, my God. Life was crazy.
I do love the smell of a fresh comic, though. Like, when you open a book or something. It's like,
oh, my God, right? So...
I just had a terrible idea.
Susie misses paper.
I just had a terrible idea with paper, though.
What?
Like, if you wanted to be an asshole and stuff, and you made your own books, you know, to sell your books, but then you just, like, lined everything with cocaine, knowing that fresh... People be like, smell that fresh book, and they just, like, oh, God, why do I feel so horny and high?
Oh my
like,
God.
what's going on?
We're done. No. No.
Skipping ahead.
Yeah, we're going to skip ahead. We're going to wrap up here in a minute. We're going almost an hour, so that's not too bad. But, again, I want to thank everyone for subscribing, for getting me over this 100 subscriber mark. I want to thank Jake again. I want to thank Seth for coming in. I want to thank even JD's ass. 90s kids put stickers on their notebooks. We're the real cool kids. Fuck yeah.
I'd like to thank some of my friends that actually popped into the live stream and said what's up. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, and the biggest thanks of all, for me at least, goes to Susie for obviously the support and everything. She has been my biggest supporter, so obviously thank you to her. Also, I cannot go out the stream without mentioning Ethan. Ethan, who started this channel with me back in 2015. Dude, thank you so much for doing this. You are always welcome to jump back in here. As a matter of fact, dude, if I could get you back on here for the podcast in the next couple of months, dude, that'd be fucking great. So, if you do see this, Ethan, Wayne, as everyone else knew him as, thank you, dude. You're awesome. Thank you for... This is your victory as well as it is mine, bro. Just saying. Me and him, we were bored, wanted to start YouTube one day, and we were like, what do we want to call it? Yo, bro? He's like, yeah, that's it. What? We're crazy. But yeah. Thank you, everyone, for subscribing. You guys can keep asking questions even when this is over. You're more than welcome to shoot questions in the comments, and I will answer them on the next live stream. Probably going to do this live again, with the exception of probably Christmas week. That one will probably be pre-recorded because I'm gonna be busy.
It's Christmas.
I'm going to be busy that whole week, yeah. But y'all are awesome. So any closing thoughts, man? Any closing thoughts on the MCU? Where you think it's going to go? If you had one guess that you had to put money on, even if it was $1, where do you think it was going to go?
Not really sure. There's a lot of different ways you could go with it. I would have hoped they went in the direction of a series that they did called Earth X. It was a 3-part series. There was, I forget the first one. There was Earth X, Universe X, Paradise X. And it started in 1999 and ended in like 2003 or 4, but it was one of the most amazing storylines I've ever had. It's actually where they got the Jane Foster Thor from.
Oh, okay.
They pulled it from that. Because at one point, Thor became unworthy and Odin made him a chick. That's exactly where they pulled it from. They've actually, over the last 10 years, have been pulling a bunch of stories from Earth, Universe, and Paradise X and putting them into major storylines and the movies. So it's something you should check out. It's actually a great fucking... It's all in one big graphic novel.
Hello, Dracos. Mr. Diablos.
Can I throw one more thanks out there, by the way?
You wanna say hi to Dan?
Hey, Dan.
You can talk to them, camera.
Oh, hey, Dirty Dan.
Well, if you didn't know where Seth was, now you do.
Right here, buddy.
You're late, Dan.
I was looking at his phone. He has his phone over there and doing this and that.
I demand, Dan, that you hit the like button since you're late. You have to go back and rewatch this whole thing.
Yeah, that's your penance.
Yes, you have to hit the like button. In fact, I'm checking right now. I don't see it.
By God.
My God, it's gotta be Dan. Thought Loki turned
so cool.
Thor into a chick just to poke fun at him.
Also, Loki turned Thor into a frog just to poke fun at him.
Fuck, well, that's crazy that happened, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, they actually mentioned that in the movies.
Oh, yeah.
They said, remember that time you turned me into a frog or some shit?
Oh, he was picking up the warden from work. I gotcha. Well, hey, you're welcome to watch this back. We're just talking fucking the MCU and shit. And made it over 100 subs, man. So, thank you for subscribing, Dan. You're one of the best supporters that I've had this whole time. So, tell the warden I said hello. Hi, Sandy. But yeah, if I had one prediction that I had to put $5 on, my prediction that at some point they will, whether it's an alternate version or our original version from a previous timeline or from the past, I guarantee you we get Tony Stark and we get Steve Rogers back. Notice I said Tony Stark and Steve Rogers.
Not Robert Downey Jr., not Chris Evans.
No, not Iron Man and Captain America. So I think we'll get Steve Rogers back, but I don't think he'll end up being Cap.
But yeah, there was at a point where he actually gave off the name Cap and just went underground as Steve Rogers and did things in the background.
Oh, he went as he had a name that he actually went by.
Well, he started Secret Warriors.
Yeah, it was something like that. But he may not even do that.
Shit,
but
Moon
that would be
Knight.
my guess.
Moon Knight. They're bringing out Moon Knight as
yeah.
well. We forgot to talk about that.
I want to watch Moon Knight, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's like the fucking Marvel version of Batman.
We'll have to talk about Moon Knight at another point in time.
Shit.
But
right.
I'm out of here. Thank you all for coming in. If you're watching this and you haven't already subscribed, hit that sub button. Smash the shit. Hulk smashed the sub button, all right? Hulk, the U.S. agent. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Dan with the win. Dan with the win. Smash that like button. Hit the fuck out of the sub button. Don't forget to ting the notification bell so you know when all my videos go up. You guys can check out other videos on this channel. Just go to the main channel. I got all sorts of stuff. I got a wrestling review. I did a AEW full gear review this week. It's almost 700 views. That thing did. I was like the third like. Well, you did great, Dan. But I'm out of here. He's out of here. Susie's peeking her head around the corner. She waved. I'm out. And remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and above all, remember, join the nation. I'll talk to you guys later.